Welcome back. Thanks for coming back and watching another video. For those of you that haven't been here before, welcome. My name is Krista. All right, so today I am going to talk to you guys about how we got started on our debt-free journey. So it's something that is going to be different for everybody. Everybody is going to have their own reasoning as to why. Well, this is just a mess right now, isn't it? Everyone is going to have their own reason as to why they are doing this and why this is important to them. So I'm just going to walk you through why we decided to do it, how we went about doing it, and that's a really loud truck outside. My goodness. I forget where I was. Why we did it, how we did it. I don't know. I guess we'll just go along and I'll just lay it all out there. So, sorry if you see me looking down, it's because I made a list of everything so that I didn't forget it. So I'll be looking off that. So basically, first off, how we got started is our why. Why we decided that we were going to get out of debt. Everyone has a why. All of you have a why as to why you'd want to get out of debt. Whether it is investing for your children's future, you want to retire early, you are tired of living paycheck to paycheck, you are tired of debt collectors calling you, you are about to lose your home, maybe you've lost a job, maybe this pandemic has had something to do with it. Everyone has a why. So basically our why was a couple of different things. We are tired of living paycheck to paycheck. We were tired of seeing our money come in, knowing that we made good money, and then watching it all go to bills, and at the end of the month, sitting back and going, well, why don't we have the money to do the things that we want to do? Couldn't figure it out. We had no idea why this was happening. We have future goals, which I'll maybe talk about in another video, but we have future things that we are really striving for and pushing for that is keeping us going to stay on track. And we love to do things. One of our most favorite things to do is travel. And we quickly found out that we could travel, but some of the, places further away, Australia, Europe, Alaska, those are completely out of our reach. I mean, those cost tens of thousands of dollars most of the times. Not all the time. Sometimes you can find some good deals. I know some people out there are really great at finding some really good package deals. But for the most part, for us, tens of thousands of dollars, it was something that's just completely unreachable for us. And we want to be able to experience those things. And we knew that in order to experience those things, we had to make some changes. So like I said, everyone needs a why, and you need to know what your why is. Because on the super tough days, when you really want something, when there's something out there and you want it so bad, you don't think you can live without it, sometimes you have to look back at your why and remember why you are doing this and why you are making these sacrifices now so that you can experience the things you want to experience later on down the road. One thing to keep in mind is no one wins on accident. No one goes into a football game and accidentally wins the football game. It doesn't happen. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of time and devotion on your part to win. And you don't just, so debt's the same way. You don't just accidentally get out of debt. Now, I'm sure you're going to say there are some people out there that maybe got an inheritance or won the lottery or, something big happened. But I mean, those are few and far between. That's not the case with the majority of the people out there. So, in order to get out of debt, you have to try. It's going to take time. It's going to take sacrifices. It's going to be stressful at times, but it's going to be all worth it in the end. If you want to change the way you live, you have to change your path. You have to change what you're doing. We realized that we could not continue to spend the way we were spending, and our paychecks could not continue to go to the things they were going to if we wanted to get ahead in life. We, like I said, saw that money come in, we saw go right back out as fast as it came in. So we knew that we needed to change our way of looking at things. And we needed to realize that we were in control of our finances and of our money. And we got to tell our money where it needed to go and what it needed to buy. So by doing this, we were able to, I have something in my eye. So by doing this, we were able to take control on our end, and we were able to finally be able to sit down and get a handle on some of these things. What happened and how this all kind of started was we had tried different money saving like tricks in the past. We tried different saving options. We tried cutting things out of our lifestyle. We tried different things, but it just didn't work. We just never had the follow through with it. Back in July of last year, so July of 2019, I stumbled across Dave Ramsey. And I had heard of Dave Ramsey like years ago, but was like, we can pay our bills. We don't need them. Like, whatever. We got this completely under control. So I stumbled upon him and started listening to his podcast, and then started implementing those things into our lifestyle, and it started working. We started paying stuff off. We started getting rid of debt. We started having extra money. It was almost like we were making more money, but we weren't. We weren't making anything different. Our money was just being allocated differently. So in the end of the month, it looked like we made more because we had some left over. So the plan started working, and we just started going with it. When we started it, the one thing I thought, I'm like, well, we'll try it out. The plan that we're on currently isn't working. It's not getting us anywhere in life. So we'll give it a try. I mean, worst case scenario, we can go back to our plan that's not working, or find something else. But we decided to go with it, and it has been paying off. We have paid off almost $60,000 in debt in 13 months. We should be 100% debt free with the exception of our house by the end of the year. So by the end of 2020, we should be, even with everything that's going on in the economy right now, we should be 100% debt free by the end of the year, which is super exciting. We're really pumped. We're trying really hard. We're pushing really hard. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be such a great feeling to have this behind us and know that we did it together. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through where we are at with the Dave Ramsey program and how we kind of made things work for us. Now, everyone's going to be different. Everyone's going to have different expenses than what we have. Some people have kids. We don't have kids. Some people have one dog, we have five. So, I mean, everything's going to be different. But I'm going to kind of tell you how we did it, how the steps go. Dave Ramsey's plan has 7, he calls them baby steps. So we are currently on baby step 2, which is paying off debt. So, but I'll go through 1 and 2 on how, we did it, or some different things that you can do to get started. So step number 1 is save $1,000. And it's called an emergency fund, $1,000 emergency fund. That's your very first thing you want to do, is set aside $1,000. For us, this wasn't an issue because we did have some money in savings. So I already had my $1,000 saved up. So we were able to move to baby step 2. But anyways, baby step 1, the $1,000. So the reasoning behind the $1,000 is to use in case of an emergency. So say you're in the middle of paying off all your debts, all of your money, every single dollar is going towards debt, and you get a flat tire, or your furnace stops working in the middle of winter, or you have a water line that breaks. Something happens and you need to fix it and get it taken care of so that you can continue to live. Then this is what this $1,000 is for. This $1,000 is to keep you from putting things on credit cards, because part of this plan is nothing anymore goes on credit cards. There is no debt. There is zero. You cut up those credit cards. So you don't have that credit card fallback option. So you need this $1,000 fallback option. If you were to spend that $1,000, you must rebuild that $1,000 before you go back to paying off debt. So it's there in case you need it. Hopefully you don't have to touch it. So far, we've, knock on wood, have not had to touch it, and it's just sitting there as kind of like as a rainy day fund. It's there, mostly just to kind of give you a peace of mind. So next, what we did is we created our budget. And what I did with our budget is I listed out all of our monthly bills. I listed out over, stuff that comes out, like the gas bill and the electricity bill and your house payment and whatnot. And then I also listed out any of our debt payments that come out. Total those all up, made a list of everything that we need monthly: groceries, household items, toilet paper, toothpaste, tinfoil, things along those lines. I had a line item for dog food, for, what else I have? I have one for date night. So even though we are on this Dave Ramsey plan where every dollar goes towards debt, we do still allocate some of our money every month to date night. So I have a line item for that, and then I have a line item for, I can't remember. But anyway, so we made out our budget. We did all of that, so I knew exactly in our budget, our income, what was coming in, what was going to go out of our account, and then what was going to be the remaining balance. And that remaining balance at the end of every single month, we do it at the end of every single month. You can do it paycheck to paycheck or weekly or however you want to do it. We do it at the end of every single month. We take whatever's remaining and apply it to our lowest debt. By creating the budget, we were actually quite amazed of where our money was going. Some of the things, like, we didn't realize we were spending as much money as what we were in certain areas. We also, we'd forget about things. We would, we felt more in control once there was a budget in place, and we knew before the month started, this is what's going to come in, this is what's going to go out, and then this is going to be our total amount left. So then that takes you to baby step 2. Baby step 2 is paying off your debts smallest to largest. So you list out all your debts and then you list them smallest to largest. And you start knocking them off. The littlest one at a time. Doesn't matter about interest rate. It doesn't matter about, anything else like that. It is smallest to largest. So when we started doing the steps, again, we had some money in savings. So what you do is you take all non-retirement money. So anything you have in savings, anything you have in the coffee can, in the backyard, you take anything that's not in retirement. So anything that's not in your 401k or your 403b or whatever IRA, whatever retirement funds you have. Take anything that's not in any of those and you apply it to your debt. So we had some money in savings. So I took that money and I started knocking off our lowest ones. And that very first day, I was able to knock off the medical bills that we had at the time. I was able to knock off one credit card and then apply a good chunk to my student loans, I think those were the ones I was able to do. So you throw those all at it. You stop your 401k. Now I know that was scary because I'm like, I want to retire someday. But the plan ensures that if you pay off your debt, you will be able to invest more in your 401k when you start it back up again. So just because you're stopping it now, stopping it for a year or two is not going to keep you from retiring early or on time or whatever, or becoming a millionaire, at that age. So stop, but every single dollar should be going towards your debt. So stop your 401k. Then what we did is after we did all of those steps, we again looked at our budget and we really tightened it up. I mean, we don't leave extra money around for just nothing. Like we really, really tightened it up. And by doing this gave more money to apply towards our debt. And again, made us feel in control. We told our money where it was gonna go. We told ourselves that we are not gonna spend any more than this on groceries for the month. And you know what, we don't. We just make sure that we stay in control and we stick to it. Again, cut up your credit cards. Everything is paid for moving forward in cash. Now I know some things are paid online and have to be paid with a debit card or an automatic withdrawal from your checking account. And I get that. I totally understand. We have bills set up that way as well. But otherwise, anything that you can pay for with cash, you pay for with cash. So like when we do our groceries, I pay for with cash. Dog food, cash. Date night, cash. Gas, cash. Did you know that if you pay for gas with cash at some of the gas stations, you actually get a discount on gas? The one that I go to, you get 5 cents off each gallon of gas if you pay with cash versus a debit or credit card. So, fun little fact. Once we started paying things off and getting things like cleared up, the feeling was actually, it was so freeing, and then not only freeing, but exciting. Like each time I made a payment towards something, or we made a payment towards something, or each time we paid something off, I wanted to pay off that next item even faster. Like I got to where I want this stuff gone, and I want to see how fast we can do it. I want to get these things cleared off. I want to live without being stuck in debt. I mean, I didn't even know it was possible, but it turns out it is. And it feels great. So what we started doing is, because we wanted to pay it off even faster, is we started looking for different ways to bring in extra money. Some of those items were selling things around our house. I have sold a ton of stuff in our house. A ton of stuff that we have not needed. We didn't need it. I don't even miss some of the stuff we sold. I had this great big giant clock on my wall for years, and I'm like, oh, well, I need a clock there because what else am I going to put on the wall? I sold that clock, and you know what? I don't need anything on the wall. I'm okay with it not being there. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we have is stuff that we don't necessarily need. Maybe we don't even necessarily want. We just keep because maybe we'll use it someday. Start selling. Get rid of that stuff. We started actually selling, well, I actually started selling so much stuff that Aaron started hiding some of his items in fear that they would go missing. So, I mean, I was selling everything. You can sell things on the Facebook Marketplace. We have Facebook garage sales. You can do an actual garage sale. You can sell on Craigslist. There's a ton of different ways that you can sell stuff and bring in some extra cash on items that you don't really want or need. We also, Aaron and I both have some side hustles that we work on. We really ramped up our side hustles. We started bringing in a lot of extra money doing that. I donate plasma, so I bring in additional money doing that. We found some cheaper alternatives. So, maybe instead of name brand items at the grocery store or name brand items on Kleenexes or whatever, we started finding some different alternatives that worked for us. And even homemade options. Like, we used to buy laundry detergent, and I started making our own laundry detergent, and I actually like it a whole lot more. So we found different ways to start cutting costs in different areas. We also went to switching out light bulbs in our house to LED light bulbs. It helps save on electricity. Plus, they last longer. So as bulbs would burn out, we would swap them out with an LED light bulb, and it has helped on our electricity bill. So just another fun way that we cut cost. We buy secondhand a lot of our items. If we need something, I will try to find them on Facebook garage sales or Marketplace or Craigslist or Goodwill or secondhand stores or thrift stores. Like, we will try to find those items as secondhand items before we will go and buy them new. It helps out a lot with the environment and the carbon footprint that everyone has, along with they're a lot cheaper if you buy them secondhand. You can buy them for like pennies on the dollar secondhand. We also, I really had no problem asking people for stuff. So if I know somebody has something and they don't use it anymore, and we could use it, I will ask them if I can have it. 9 times out of 10, they say, yeah, of course. We don't even use it anymore. Of course you can have it. So ask. You never know unless you ask. The worst they're going to tell you is no. Next thing is we started minimalizing. We really started minimalizing our house. Aaron's actually been asking me to do this for years. He hated the amount of stuff that I had, whether it be house decor, clothing, shoes, like whatever. I just had a lot of stuff. And so what we started doing is we started minimalizing. And it was actually amazing how minimalizing our lifestyle and our personal items really helped save us money. We realized that we can live with less. We don't need all of this stuff. Just because there's a shirt that I like and I think is really cute, I don't need it. I have shirts. So there was that. So minimalizing, try it. Try getting rid. Try going through maybe one room a week. Go through it. Get rid of items that are expired, that you don't use, or you don't like, or that they don't fit, or you forgot you even had. Get rid of those items and see how freeing you feel afterwards. You just feel so much less weighed down by the material items in your house when you start just letting them go. Next is we quit eating out as much. So we were usually pretty good for eating out 1 to 2 times a week. I was either too lazy to cook, or we forgot to get food out to thaw out to cook for the next day, or whatever. We just didn't want to make anything. So we got over that. We got over that real quick. So we quit eating out, and it was amazing the amount of money that we spent not eating out. Instead of dropping $20, $40 twice a week, we now have that $20 or $40 to apply towards debt. Again, it's not that we don't ever go out. We have budgeted for date night. We just don't go out nearly as often as what we used to, and it actually makes going out now a lot more special because we don't do it very often. We also, this one's been really hard, and especially with everything that's going on, it's just been hard, but kind of a good time for it because you can't really do it anyways, is we stopped vacationing. I really need a vacation. But I know that in a couple of months, when we have everything paid off, we can take a vacation and we can go someplace and we don't have to feel bad about it because we don't have to worry about not having enough money for bills or taking money out of savings that we actually really needed to keep there or whatever. We don't have to worry about it. So in a couple of months, we'll be able to take a vacation again. But we cut out going on vacation. We haven't done any weekend trips. We're actually very busy with our side hustles on the weekend anyways. We don't have time for actual like weekend getaways. We do go and do like day trips. You know, we'll go out for a drive, maybe go to some state parks or farmers markets, or we just went to the pumpkin patches and the apple orchard last weekend. So, I mean, we do go places. It's just we don't take trips. We don't go to the Caribbean right now. But like I said, I don't even know if you can get into the Caribbean right now. We also cut unnecessary expenses. This is very, very important, and this is something that everybody, whether you are severely in debt or just a little bit in debt, or maybe not even in debt, I don't know, but everyone can cut some unnecessary expenses. There is always something that you are spending money on that you do not need to be spending money on. Maybe you don't even realize you're spending money on it. Take the time, look at your account, look at what your money is going, and find out what can be cut. Now, this can be anything from Starbucks. Maybe you don't go to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. Maybe you make your coffee at home or you buy it at the grocery store. I think, don't they make like pre-made Starbucks drinks and Dunkin' Donut iced coffees? I think. I don't know. I don't drink coffee. I just like their frappes. So, but cut Starbucks out. Cut out, you know, maybe some subscription items. I know I've talked about this before. You know, maybe you're subscribed to FabFitFun or Ipsy or magazines, or I don't know what else is out there. There's all kinds of things. There's all kinds of like makeup subscriptions and all that stuff. So maybe you're subscribed to those and you don't need to be. Take a look at where your money's going and see where you can cut out some stuff at. This is going to be a really long video. Sorry. Stop, you know, quit your random stops at the gas stations, or random stops at the stores to pick up like little items, because you always go in for one thing, you come out with 12 things, and next thing you know, you spend $100. Quit doing that. One of the big things that we did to eliminate some of our debt is I used to own this beautiful 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It was white, black tires and rims and black detail, leather seats, XM radio, heated steering wheel. It was beautiful. I loved it. I got rid of it. Turned in my beautiful vehicle and bought a vehicle for cash. I now own, straight up own, my Jeep Wrangler in the garage. It's mine. I bought it. I paid for it. I owe no one for it. It was hard, but it's totally worth it. It was probably one of the harder things I've ever done, but the most rewarding. I felt so good after it, and I felt such a huge weight lifted off of me when I did that. It was an amazing thing. So consider what you're driving. With the Dave Ramsey plan, or anything that you have with motors should not equal more than half when you add them all up. So you add up all of your vehicles, your cars, your lawnmowers, all of that stuff, anything with motors, when you add them up, they should not equal more than half of your annual income. And now this is, if you're married, it's both your incomes. If you're single, it's just yours, whatever. Anything with motors and wheels should not add up to more than half of your annual income. And this is because those items drop in value and they depreciate so quickly that when you are in debt and when you have payments that you're making, you are losing an insane amount of money. You are spending way too much money on these vehicles that you're never going to get the money back out of. So everything that you own with wheels and motors should not be more than half of your annual income. Nice thing with buying my Jeep, not only do I own it, but because it's a little bit older, it actually is cheaper registration now. I get good gas mileage and it's cheaper insurance. So, I mean, it was like a win-win-win there. So, one thing that we do that's very, very important, that I feel is very, very important to help us get out of debt and to help us stay on track is not only knowing our why, but also we stop comparing ourselves to other people. Just because Joe and Sandy down the road have this great big beautiful house, a brand new pontoon, 2 brand new vehicles, just because they have all that doesn't mean I need that. I don't need those things and I don't need those payments. So quit comparing ourselves to others. That's not our life. This is our life and this is what we have to deal with. I also started really looking at things, at the items that I do have, and actually realizing how grateful I am for them. I'm so grateful for the items that I do have and the things that I do have. The doggies are barking. I don't know why. But I'm so appreciative to the things that I do have, that now those fewer items that I do own, I actually love so much more than what I would have before. I don't know why they're barking. But otherwise, I need to end this video anyways. It's super, super long. I'm sorry. But try it. Give it a try. Try doing these steps. Try making a budget. Try, eliminating things from your lifestyle. Try cutting out unnecessary expenses. Try doing this stuff. If you don't like it, if you pay off your car and in 6 months down the road you decide, you know what, I really want a car payment again, then go get a car payment again. But try this stuff. Give it a shot. If you do not like it or it's not working for you, you can go back to your plan, because I bet it's working pretty well for you right now. I know. So give it a shot, try it out. If you have any questions, like I said, I listen to the Dave Ramsey podcast, but I know he has YouTube videos. You can sign up and do classes. I actually think I'm going to be leading a Financial Peace University class, probably here, maybe in like the next month or so. Or maybe I'll wait till after the holidays. I don't know. I'll keep you updated. But I think I'm going to be leading a class, and the class helps walk you through the steps, and they stay with you all the way through to make sure that you succeed and to make sure that it's working for you. I think it's like a 9-week class that you can get signed up for. So check out this stuff. Like I said, it's super helpful. I'm sure you guys have heard of it before. I know I did. I just didn't think I needed it. So, but anyways, if you guys liked this video, please give it a thumbs up down below. I'd greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel, and then if you have any comments or anything, leave them below, and I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you later. Bye.